June 2025. The reason why I came to Georgia was to breathe. I know, it sounds weird, but see, for the past year, my life has actually been hectic. In a good way. I'm doing well with my job, my relationships, and my dreams. But I have to tell you, it's a lot of work. Who would have thought that having a good, balanced life takes so much of your energy? Last year, I worked on a government funded grant that allowed me to travel and learn from industry experts. I also did my first exhibition. It was cathartic, not only in a professional level, but it also affected me in the way I see myself as a creative. I'm gonna tell you about it in a different video, but for now, I want to tell you about June. I realized that I never really rewarded myself for the work that I have done. So I went to Georgia. But why Georgia? If you're a Filipino living in the Middle East, you would know that this is a place that's been in the cultural zeitgeist for a while. Everyone talks about it, everybody goes there. And that includes my mom, who's actually been there 3 times. I didn't understand the hype until I actually went. And you know what? They were right. Georgia is a quiet place in the Caucasus region that exudes a youthful and creative energy. I would go as far as to say that Tbilisi is one of the most underrated creative capital. The first half of the trip was a road trip with Jasper and our local guide Gio and Solomon. I guess Gio and Solomon expected an outgoing, fun-filled companion for the trip, like most tourists are when they visit the country for the first time. However, Jasper and I have agreed that we'll take it easy because this definitely isn't the last time we'll visit this country. We decided to spend our mornings in quiet cafes while watching people do their morning routines, and in the evening, explore local restaurants that isn't on the travel guides online. We walked through cobbled streets lit by warm fluorescent lamps while listening to the music of the city. I think one of the biggest takeaways from this trip was giving myself grace. I am currently 26 years old and in the midst of what some people might describe as a quarter-life crisis. In the past year, I've tried reimagining how I want to live my life and how I want it to look like, and I realized that I will always go back to art. That is my non-negotiable. If my future doesn't allow me to be creative, then I don't want it. However, being on social media 6 hours a day has led me to believe that in order to be a conventionally successful creative, one must monetize his works. And this is where my dilemma comes in. What if I don't want to monetize everything that I make? What if I just want to create for the sake of creating? Will that make me a failure? Will I let down the people who believed in me? My family and friends? Of course, I want to have a comfortable life, but should I compromise my beliefs? Right now, I still don't have the answers. I don't have to figure it all out now, but I want to give myself grace. I now understand that I don't have to rush into anything or commit to something permanent. I can always keep exploring until I find my rhythm. It might take weeks, months, or even years, but that's okay. The reason why I came to this conclusion is because at some point of the trip, I realized that Zaha Hadid didn't build anything until her early 40s, and IMP didn't start his firm until his late 30s. If they took their time to build something that reshaped how we experience architecture, then I am willing to pay my dues and allow myself some grace every now and then.